He's like, oh, I can't come lay down with you. And I'm like, why do you think you would be able to come lay down with me?
One eternity later.
So I was like, oh, what happened to your crib in Jersey? He's like, oh, it's mad far. I've been driving all day. I don't feel like driving home right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's suspicious.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Because when I first started talking to Fraud, he was saying he's barely in Brooklyn. He's always in Jersey. He's never at his mom's crib. He's never in the area. He's always in Jersey. So if you're always in Jersey, that means you always drive home to go home and sleep at night, right or wrong. Cool. So, whew, this is a long story time. So anyways, the more I started talking to, ooh, I'm about to say his name. The more I started talking to Fraud, it's like I started finding loopholes in the shit he would tell me. Wait, hold on. Let's backtrack. There was a girl I had on Snapchat, and she would post little stuff of Fraud, and I would ask him, like, you talk to somebody else? Not like, it's crazy because we weren't even talking on a level where like I would get upset if he talked to somebody else. I just really wanted to know, like, I don't know, I was just curious, like, you talk to anybody else? Like, I don't know why I'm asking niggas if they talk to anybody else, because everybody know niggas always talking to other people. They never talking to one person, like, please. So I'm like, you talk to somebody else? And he was like, why you ask? And I never wanted to tell him, because I never wanted to be that bitch to bring up another bitch, like, oh, who is this? But one day we was chilling together, and I'm like, you know this girl? Because she be posting you on her Instagram, I mean on her Snapchat, but she never really posted anything like for you to think that he personally fuck with she personally fucks with him. Like, it was coming off as friend, but at the same time they will be laid up on her couch together and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So I asked him, and he's like, yo, she's delusional. She asked me about you too. That's my man's. Like, I be at their house on some chill shit. Like, that's my man's, and da 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 da. But I started realizing the pattern. Like, texting, I would be texting him, and after a certain time he wouldn't text back, but this girl would post on Snapchat laid up with him, but it was always on the couch. That's another story, but it would be always on the couch. Like, no shade, but. And I feel like after a while she started, I guess she knew that I messed with him too, or talked to him too. So I feel like she would do it purposely. Like, I would post something, she would post him, so I can see, like, oh, I'm with him. And it's just like, do your thing, girl. Beats me. Because when he around me, he just be saying you delusional. So anyways, keep that in mind, because it's gonna be important later in the story. So now one day I'm chilling. Oh yeah, Fraud drove a Benz or a Beamer or whatever the case may be. So the few times he would pick me up, drive me around, he had this Benz or Beamer. So we would always do, since he would be in Brooklyn, like, it's just so happened he's always in Brooklyn for a person that's never in Brooklyn. And he would always try to come to my house, and I would always dub him. So instead he would be like, oh, just come in the car, let's talk. So we would just do like car rides. He would drive all over. You know, girl, like I said in the beginning, y'all know girls, when y'all just like to ride around with your boo, we would just ride around. We'd get new Apollo's drinks, you know, ride around, chill, park up, talk, like stuff like that. So one of our late nights ride arounds, we get to a red light and the car shuts off. So I'm like, that's suspicious. I've never seen nobody car shut off at a light. So he's like, oh, this car be acting mad stupid trying to start the car. And then he gets on the phone and he gets out the car, and it looks like he's on the phone arguing and going back and forth. And I kept hearing, I said I was gonna pay you today, bro. Like, you're ODing, bro. I'm trying to get home. He's like, I'm trying to drive to you so I could pay you, and you shut the car off. So I'm like, wait a second, this is a rental?
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
This is a rental? This boy told me this is his car. Like, this boy told me this is his car. He got a condo in Jersey. He just bought a brand new Benz. This is a rental? I've been bamboozled. Like, cool, it's nothing wrong with driving a rental, but why are you fronting like this is your car? Like,
are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
like, you could have just said, oh, I don't got a V, I'll just be driving this car around. And you're paying how much a day to drive this brand new Benz or whatever around, acting like it's yours. So honey, the car was stuck at the light. Like, good thing it was like late, like 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's like no traffic, and the block we was on was like a short, like a small block, so it was no traffic. He wasn't gonna hold up no traffic or anything, but it was just like, I was just completely turned off. Like, I was just turned off. So I just got me an Uber and I went home because I was only like 2 blocks away from my house. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna holler at you. I didn't tell him that I knew that it was a renty, but when we was speaking, he was like, yo, my car be giving me problems, and I'm just like, that's not your car, but okay. So then, like, it was a few days later, he texted me like, oh, I'm at my mom's house, come to around the corner and chill with me. So I'm like, cool, we chilling outside. It was like a day after Labor Day or some shit. So I go chill with him on some regular chill shit. I had on the same ass outfit that he been wearing. Like, every time he chill, he had on this outfit. And every time I ask him about it, he'll be like, oh, I didn't change. I don't have no clothes in Brooklyn. I've been staying at my mom's and And I'm just like, when I first started talking to you, you said you're never in Brooklyn. You're always in Jersey. So the math is not mathing. So he kept doing weird shit, like taking my purse. Like, kept taking my purse. And I'm like, but he's acting like he's playing. And I'm like, give me my bag. So I starts recording him, and I'm like, this bum ass nigga. Like, listen, one thing about me, I pop shit. Even when I'm playing around, I pop shit. So I be cursing people out. I'll be playing, but I'll be cursing people out, popping mad shit. So I'm recording him, and I'm like, oh, this bum ass nigga. I'm gonna put the video somewhere in here. Look at this move. It's a handbag thief. Robber on the loose. Bum ass. Give me my bum mook. Why this nigga got on a perk in this same ass outfit every day, bum? I'm like, this bum ass nigga, his bum ass, he wearing the same outfit, just violating him because he didn't want to give me my purse. And I started calling him the derogatory terms and stuff like that because he was just getting me tight. He kept running around with my purse, and I'm like, why do you want my bag? I'm gonna tell you why he want my bag. So we was chilling, whatever, and I started getting hungry, and I was craving a roti. So the roti shop, Ali's roti shop, if you're from Brooklyn, if you're from Flatbush, you know Ali's on Utica Avenue. I'm like, I want Ali's, take me to Ali's. So he took me to Ali's. So I'm like, you want something? And he was like, nah, I don't want nothing, I'm not hungry, or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, cool. So I leave my bag in the car, and I go inside Ali's. I order my roti, I come back, and I'm eating my roti, and I get full because there's a lot of roti, and I'm like, you want this? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna take it. And he was busting the roti down, and in my head I'm like, for somebody that was not hungry, you sure is busting this roti down. Like, whew, he ain't eat all day. So I'm like, oh, I was really getting turned off. Like, you a hungry ass bum ass nigga. Like, everything he was doing was just turning me off after the rental situation. I was just like, you really a bum ass nigga. So now we depart, whatever. He dropped me home, and I went in the house. My friend hit me up like, let's go to the strip club. But basically, I went to the strip club with my friends or whatever, and before I went to the strip club, I was changing out bags. So I was putting my wallet in my new purse I'm going to the club with, and I was taking out my cash. But baby, I looked in my wallet, it's no cash in there. And I'm like, I know I didn't spend that much cash, because these days, messing with this dude, messing with fraud is the reason why I never keep cash on me now. I only used to have, like, only have cash. Like, I never really used my debit card like that. I would always, even when I get paid direct deposit, I would pull all the money out and keep the money in my crib and just take money as I go outside. But I always used to take $100 out a day, or like $50 a day. And mind you, I was only going around the corner with this nigga, so I only took out $50. And keep in mind, he was running around with my purse, and I left my purse in the car to go in Ali's to get a roti. So I'm like, it's no way. It's no way. Like, this nigga didn't steal my money. And the thing about it is, if I had $50 on me, I went to Allie's, I said spent $20. So that means I would have like $40, $30. The nigga took $40, $30 out of my purse. You could have took a 20, bro. You took all the money. And then it's like, if you don't take all the money, I get it. Go big or go home, baby. $40, I'm not taking that out nobody's purse, bro. I'm not taking that out nobody's bag. Like, you're a man taking out a female bag and you take $40? $40. $30, $40. Like, really? Cool. So I texted him straight, cursing him out, thinking that he was gonna be like, what? Like, what? I didn't, like, I was really hoping that I just probably dropped my money, lost my money, or when he was running around with my bag, the money fell out or something like that. I was not expecting him to be like, oh yeah, I did take that. So I texted him, cursing him out like, you took money out my purse, you bum ass nigga. Like, you really a broke bum ass nigga. And he's like, I was playing around, I was gonna give it back to you. What? At what point was you gonna give it back to me? First of all, who plays around and takes money out somebody's purse? You went all the way in my bag, in my wallet, to take the money. And even if you were playing around, you let me go home without giving me my money back, and you did not mention it. The whole night has fall. Like, the night came, I'm getting ready, I'm in the club, and I'm like, come on, I'm in the club right now, and you're texting me back saying you was playing around. So at what point were you gonna give me my money? Mind you, from the time that he dropped me home to the time I went out, we were texting that whole time. So you didn't think like, oh, ha ha ha, I got your money, I'm bringing it back to you. You didn't bring it up until I said something talking about he was playing around. What? You broke ass nigga. You broke ass nigga. Like, you's a bomb. Bro, I couldn't believe this shit. So I started bombing him, and then I went on Instagram. Like, listen, do not get me tight. I mean, I changed, but the old me, like, as soon as you do some crazy shit to me, I will bomb you on social media. So I started bombing him on fucking Instagram, and I'm like, I put up the screenshot when he was like, oh yeah, I took your money, I was playing, ha ha ha, I'm gonna give it back to you. And it's like, when are you gonna give it back to me, bro? You was with me all day, you could have been giving back. So I posted on Instagram like, this bum ass motherfucker, da da da, and I put his tag. I'm like, this bum ass nigga stole money out my wallet. You got all this money, you stealing money out bitches' wallets. Like, and mad people was replying to my story. Like, I don't know if it was a story or an Instagram post, because it was so long ago, but I remember people was replying like, oh, he's a bum, he's a fraud, like, he's a cap, he's cap. Like, people, the guys used to hang around with, they was replying to the story like, oh, he's a bum, he just had a come up and he blew it all, da 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 da. And it made sense. So basically, that time that he first picked me up and he gave me the $100 and gave $100 to the bum, and he had that water cash, he had a little come up off of a scam. Like, he hit a little lick, and when people are not used to money, they blow through it. So from that point to this point we was at, where he still had my wallet, he blew through the money buying, he went to Saks, bought mad clothes, he was buying weed every day. I think that we first showed, he gave me the $100, he gave the homeless man $100, to the point where we at now, like 2-3 months down the line, or 2 months down the line, he blew through all the bread. Like, and they said that he came up with some shit, like, I guess approximately a 10-pack, but he wanted to keep up with his lifestyle, his image, his image that he has money, that he was renting that Benz every day, and it was costing him some shit, till he ran out of money to give the renting man. He was spending money in Saks, he was buying weed every day, giving everybody money, so he blew through the money. So that's why he was broke. And everybody was like, oh yeah, he's a fraud, yeah, da da da, this, that, and the third. And the girl writes me, the girl that I said that was posting him on Snapchat, she was writing me like, oh yeah, he's a dub, he was telling me he don't mess with you, and this, that, and the third. He was living in my crib, he's a bum, he was sleeping on my couch every night, da da da. And I'm like, sleeping on your couch? Where's the crib in Jersey? Like, where's the crib in Jersey, fraud? You have a condo in Jersey. And now that I think about it, anytime I FaceTime him and something, he was always outside or like in somebody's crib. It was never giving he's home in the condo. And I remember one day he was trying to tell me like, oh, he don't go to that condo, he don't like being at home because it's mad empty, he didn't furnish it yet. But it's just like, who, when I first started talking to you, you said you was always at home. So after I cut him off, I ended up blocking him, or yeah, like, I think I blocked him. I think that was the last straw. or I think he was going back and forth with me on Instagram because he tends to do that. So he was going back and forth with me on Instagram saying I'm broke, throwing the frank. I told y'all about these New York men throwing the frank. Do not invite me to no parts of your body. He was throwing the frank. He was like, oh, you was on my body. I could have had you, like saying that we could have did the thing. And I'm just like, listen here, shorty, anybody that could have had me would have had me. Like, if I really want to do something, I'm gonna do it. And it's like, you did not give me any reason to do anything with you. Like, what? We was riding around. I was curving you. If we're being realistic, I was curving you because you was trying to come to my house. I was not having it. I just was sitting in the car chopping up with you because I thought you were cool. So he was trying to bomb me, and nobody believed him because he lied so much anyway. So everybody knew it was cap. He was like, oh, y'all bitches is broke. You da da da. I gave you $100. I'm like, you gave me $100 because you wanted to, not because I asked you. And I started putting up the screenshots of all the renty situation. I'm like, nigga, your car shut off. It wasn't renty. You tried to tell me it was your car and it got shut off. Like, I was just bombing him. So I ended up blocking him. So fast forward like a year or two, because fraud pops in and out my life to argue with me. Like, so I ended up blocking him, and a year or two I ended up having a new Instagram because my Instagram got deleted. I went to Miami, posted some record stuff, and it got flagged and deleted. That was like 2015. So I ended up having a new Instagram. So when I got the new Instagram, he could follow me again because he ain't blocked no more. So he followed me, and I'm just like, all right, you can follow me. we're not gonna do this, but you can follow me or whatever. We're not gonna be petty. It's last year or whatever. He's trying to get my attention again, liking my pictures, doing the most. So I need to find this video too. I hope I can find it. Fraud posted a video one day of him in a house with mad blue honey bills, and he was doing like a money spread up in the camera, and then he was throwing the money around in the air, and it was landing, and he was just doing the most. And I'm like, I don't know, like, I know Fraud well. Like, this is either he hit a lick or this not his money. Like, it's no way, because it was mad blue faces, like all hundreds. So I start looking at the video a little closer, like zooming in. And on one of the bills, like when he was doing the spread, on one of the bills, it said like, for play purposes. I'm gonna find how the money looked. It was like one of those film hundreds. So like when you in a movie or a music video and you get mad fake hundreds, that's what it said on it. It had it like for whatever purposes only. So I screenshotted it, and me being the messy bitch I am, I posted it on Instagram, and I was like, this has to be a mental illness for you to come on here, make a video, and in the video he's like, oh, y'all niggas is broke, you spreading the money, you throwing the money, and for it to be fake money, that is like a mental illness. Like, you really trying to keep up with the image that's not you. Like, that is a sickness. You're sick in your brain. Like, so he starts arguing me, whatever. We arguing back and forth, and he keep bringing up this $100 that he gave me 2 years ago. Like, $100 fucking dollars. Like, nigga, I could blow $100 in an hour. I could blow $100 on food. Like, what is $100? He's arguing like, oh, you $900. You whatever. Left it alone. Now, back again. Last year. This is why I remember to make this video, because this guy pops up and starts arguing with me all the time now. So, because he be wanting my attention. Last year I posted a story about, like, I just posted a meme or something about people being broke or something. If I could find it in the messages between me and Fraud, I'm gonna put the post that I put on the screen. I posted something about people being broke or something, and he put the laughing face, and I put dots. If you know me and I put dots to reply to you, that means I don't fuck with you. Like, when somebody that I don't fuck with writes me or something, I just write dots, because like, why are you writing me? So I wrote dots, and then he put something else, and I just left it open. And then another day passed, I posted a meme about people being broke, or like how Instagram is a facade, and he's laughing. And I'm like, you always laughing at these type of posts, but this is dead you. And we started arguing. So we started arguing back and forth. I'm put the screenshots on the screen, and he's like, oh, I have money, I live in a condo. And I'm just like, you're delusional. You've been living in a condo in Jersey for 4 years. Like, nobody ever sees this condo. Like, your whole life is a lie. You're a fraud. You're a fraud. Like, you're a fraud. You stole money on my purse. You bum. You was living on somebody's couch. Like, you're a bum. You're a bum. But since then, I haven't heard of fraud or nothing like that. Like, he be watching my stories and stuff. Like, it's more stuff that happened within that situation too. Like, he will watch me on fake pages, write me off of fake pages, like, to say, and I know it would be him, because it would be stuff that only him would say. Like, when I blocked him, he would write me off of fake pages, harass me off of fake pages. But like, it was so weird. He's so weird. Moral of the story is, these niggas are frauds. I feel like this is the moral of almost every story time I did, like the last one, the one before that. But these guys be frauding. You can't get sucked into this Instagram hole. And like, I feel like if you're trying to portray an image of you having a certain amount of money and you don't have it, that's really a mental illness. Like, especially if everyone around you sees through that shit. Like, everyone around this boy knew that he didn't have it because his math was not mathing. Like, who are you trying to prove yourself to? Yourself? I feel like the energy you put into ordering prop money, stealing out of purses, you could put that energy into making some money and really doing the shit that you want for yourself. And maybe you could have that condo in Jersey and drive that Benz in real life, so you won't have to keep wearing the same red bottoms and Givenchy shorts every day and sleep on people's couches. Stay away from these broke boys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and go check out my other story times. If you're new to my channel, like I said in the beginning, you will want to hit that subscribe button because we on the road to 10K. Right now we almost at 8K, and I just want to say thank you everybody that's subscribing to me. I fuck with y'all, y'all fuck with me, and that's what's up. But yeah, we on the road to 10K, and from 10K to 11K, 12K, 13K, and from there it's up and it's stuck, and that's on period.